I'm a senior scientist at CNRS, which is the French National Center for Scientific Research. And my lab is located in Toulouse, southwestern France. I'm also one of the EQUO Symposium convener, so it gives me really great pleasure to serve as the moderator for this morning plenary session. I'm sure you had a very good time yesterday evening during the poster session and reception. Lots of lively and fruitful discussion leading to collaboration in the future. So we have a very exciting day today ahead, beginning with expert plenary speaker. We have 4 concurrent sessions on key topics. And remember, we have a lunchtime town hall event on the upcoming IPCC special report on ocean and cryosphere. So I have a few announcements to make. First, your phone. Remember, silent mode, and the feedback form for students to be sent. All the indications are written in the form. You can find them in the secretariat if you haven't got them yet. And please consider to submit your work to the special issue, which was mentioned yesterday morning. And Anne had an email this morning to the session convener, and she would ask them, if they could, to send one slide from their session with the key findings, but tonight, 6 p.m., if possible, to Anne. And another small announcement, if you would like to present your work at one of the NOAA Science Seminar Series, please contact Tracy Gill from NOAA. I don't know if Tracy is in the room. No. So her email is tracy.gill@noaa.gov, or you can also go to the secretariat if you want to do that. You do not need to work for NOAA or to be present at NOAA, so you can do that by, video or stuff like that. So please just consider. So I'm sure everybody is eager to have a quick look at a few of the illustrations from yesterday's session, and I'll leave the floor to Baz.
Good morning. Okay, we start. Yesterday it was the third day, 6th of June, the day after the Norwegian party. Is it tuna? No, it's compressed watermelon. Maybe this might be the right replacement in case tuna disappears. Community vulnerability assessments. We started with village mapping, which is a great icebreaker. Icebreakers in Benguela, again an unexpected symptom of climate change. Adoption strategies and actions to cope with vulnerability. An app for small-scale fishery. Small-scale fishery, we are the largest rural fishery in Asia and Africa, and we produce 90% of worldwide fishes. So who is small? We're too big to ignore. Bay of Bengal. Last week we had crab, yesterday we had a fish, the day before another one, today shrimps. What will we have tomorrow? How can we practice viable fishery this way? The size of the fishes represents the status of women in Bengal. Yeah. Bummer. Vulnerable fishes and climate change. First we have to cope with it. And then we will have to adapt to it. And then we try to transform. Improve viability of small-scale fishery in Bengal. Forget about the fishes and become a multi-layer driver for my livelihood. Toot. Hey guys, now listen very well. I developed this real good action against poverty. I hope it was good for your own development, but we have 2.8 billion real poverty experts. So thanks for your efforts so far, and goodbye. Climate-driven species redistribution. We go north, we go south, or we go up, or we go down. We focus a lot at our species. Maybe you might show a little interest to our context, yeah. Don't forget about species shift and human health, we know. Species on the move, yeah. Nobody will miss us anyway, as we are perceived the least important sustainability goal. What is the reason for your flight? Because of deoxygenation. Never heard of that nation. Anyway, what is the reason? I try to put on this ventilator. Oh, please hurry up, I'm stifling. Deoxygenation, it's just a matter of adaptation. Human risk. So, considering this forecast model, we see a high likability of the scenario in which human population drops dramatically. Oh, we should come into action and adopt an adaptation strategy. Path dependency? Looking backwards, the cascade of consequences looks so logical. But adapting to future changes is a different story. Aren't we at risk over here? Well, I have a formula to check that out. Let me see. Vulnerability to natural hazards is highly correlated to poverty. And global change is highly caused by developed countries. Adaptive management needed. Well, that's just a matter of adapting a bit by adopting new buzzwords like adaptation. Meanwhile, in an oxygen minimum zone, did you know the joke of these benthic fishes becoming extinct? No, tell me. They didn't. Well, most scientists think we did. Dead zones in the Gulf of California. But we love it here, so quietly nice in this oxygen minimum zone. Not all those different species. So now we have deoxygenation and nitrification, plus this lack of ventilation. It's time for a long vacation. Deoxygenation is not well recognized. Yeah, right, who cares, as long as we have enough oxygen above sea level. Well, your time will come. Meanwhile, in Kerala, India, again, no fish. You stay home and do the babysitting, and I'm going to make some money. Meanwhile, in a Pacific island, we're not only worried about climate change, but population growth is another driver. And you all want to eat fish as well. We're not allowed to get in this industrial exclusion zone. And we, small-scale fishery, are allowed here. But we're not allowed to fish as much as we can, which is a problem for us. Meanwhile, in Europe, at the Galician shore, we need to develop a framework to manage socio-economic impact of climate change. Good idea, but don't forget to involve stakeholders. And back again at the east coast at the main shore. Harvesting soft-shell clams is nice, but there are 3 threats. The rising temperature, predators like green crab, nice, and hysteria among consumers. Poisoned clams, maybe. Soft shell clam, he had a farm, hee-ya-ho, and a soft shell here and a soft shell there. Species shifting. Okay, now let's go there. Good idea. Wait, we have still not an agreement there. And back again at the Pacific Islands. Because of those high concentrations of mercury, you have to change our pelagic fish consumption. Okay, but what to eat now? What about those compressed watermelon? Okay, that's it.
Thank you for those very nice highlights and, the watermelons. So remember, this highlight will be posted on the poster boards out in the Columbia West gathering area just outside this hall, and you will be able to have a look at them again on the ECHO website. So now I will introduce the 4 sessions we have this morning. So session 7 on Eastern Boundary Upwelling System, Diversity, Couple Dynamics, and Sensitivity to Climate Change. And the two governors are Ivan Montes and Ryan Rikazewski. So they will be trying to answer what are the mechanisms of climate change in Eastern Boundary Upwelling System over different time scales, and how does this impact those very vulnerable and vital systems, and what limits our understanding and responses. We also have session 17 about effect of climate change on ocean ecosystem health, projecting occurrence of harmful algal blooms and disease outbreaks, and assessment of the risk to ecosystem functioning, aquaculture, fisheries, and human health. And the co-chairs are Elisa Berdale, Alexandra Campbell, and Ryan Carnegie. And there, they will try to look at what are the climate mechanisms driving natural noxious events, such as harmful algal blooms and marine disease, and how to design effective strategy to protect human and ocean health. Session 2, from prediction to projection, the role of seasonal to decadal forecast in a changing climate. And the co-chairs are Mark Payne, Mike Jacobs, Erika Umbras, and Masami Nonaka. And the questions are how modern climate science can advance marine ecosystem prediction on shorter time scale and provide forecasts tailored to the tactic time scale for decision makers. Remember what Alistair told us on the first day at the plenary panel. Session 11, on benthic and pelagic system responses in a changing ocean, from genes to ecosystem level functioning. And the two chairs and governors are Mahasweta Saha and Stacy Kruger-Hatfield. And there, the focus will be on how are species and communities reacting to climate-related changes across a range of biotic and abiotic stressors. So I hope you'll enjoy all the sessions. And now it will be my pleasure